Hello and welcome to the Streaming Stones episode number 16. 16 is in Sweet Little 16, a Chuck Berry song that the Rolling Stones actually covered a couple of times in the early 60s, and twice I think in 62 and once in 63 or something like that. And then did again in 1978. I think there was 22 versions of that I saw on mentioned on the setlist.fm, including one that you may get to hear today, because there's going to be a 1978 concert streaming today. Hopefully you'll catch this in time to get it. I'm sorry, I just found out about the show a little while ago, so I didn't get to mention it earlier. But anyhow, let's start with what's going to be happening first. And I can see already that I forgot to put the time that it's going to be happening on my little thing here. So I'm just going to put that in very quickly. Okay, which is going to be 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Really not much advance notice at all. I'm sorry, but again, it's something else I just found out about now. And I'm filming this at 11:23 a.m., so you may have about a half hour notice. But actually, this thing coming up, I don't know if it's going to interest a huge crowd. But at 12 p.m. Eastern, there's going to, on the channel called Four Compadres Karaoke Resto Bar, there's going to be a stream called 4C Discreto, John Cougar, Hurt So Good, Rolling Stones, Don't Stop. Now, what I think that's actually going to be is some musicians that you may be able to see here. I think they're going to be covering those songs. I don't think it's actually going to be John Cougar or the Rolling Stones themselves. But here's something I can tell you will actually be the Rolling Stones themselves, and that's coming up at 1 p.m. Eastern today, and it's a 1978 show. Oh boy, here that I accidentally put a different year. Oh boy, I'm doing really good today. Let's just straighten that out right now. Okay, it's straightened out. Okay, so now I straightened it out. I had 76 somehow. Now I just put 78, and you'll see that in the description as well. You'll see the 78. You won't see the 76. But anyhow, so today, February at 1 p.m. Eastern, there's going to be a stream of the Rolling Stones at Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky, USA, on June 29th, 1978. That's going to be on the Glimmerstone channel. Now, you might notice here that it says Rolling Stones Words of Wonder on 1978 tour, Lexington, June 29th. What Words of Wonder, what that means is that the person streaming this is putting the words up on the screen so you can sing along to it. It'll be kind of fun. Maybe some of us will do that, right? We'll sing along. We'll have like a sort of karaoke thing going on together. I don't know if people choose to do that, whatever. So anyhow, so that's going to be happening today at 1 p.m. Eastern. Again, sorry for the short notice, but I just found these things out myself. Then we get to tomorrow, actually tonight overnight, 1 a.m. Eastern. There's going to be something called Carol God sings the Rolling Stones Painted Black with Rotten Schwartz. But anyhow, I think it's actually going to be Carol God actually sang the song in German. So you'll hear what Painted Black in German sounds like. That's going to be on the Dr. Collector channel. So that's and then tomorrow night on the Rolling Stones Records channel, There's going to be something called Sticky Fingers Live, the Rolling Stones at the Fonda Theater. And that's, they did a show, the Rolling Stones did a show at the Fonda Theater. This was on May 20th, 2015. Now, now, hopefully, what we can hope this is going to be is if it's the whole concert, you'll see that concert. There is video of that concert. Otherwise, it might be a guy showing his DVDs and CDs of that concert and talking in Spanish. This channel, Rolling Stones Records, has had videos done in both ways. So what this will actually be, we'll have to see. Right? It'll be fun. Right? Whenever it is, it'll be something interesting, I'm sure. Then we move on to February 7th. At 1 p.m. Eastern on the channel called, the Andy Edwards channel. It's going to be something called the 10 Most Important Bands in History. Now, he didn't say specifically which bands are going to be mentioned, but you have to believe the 10 most important bands. If we're talking about rock and roll bands, which he does, and he does talk about rock and roll, you got to believe the Rolling Stones are going to be at least in that group. I would imagine, I can't imagine the Rolling Stones not being in that group. They may not be number one. I think the Beatles would likely occupy that spot. And there may be Led Zeppelin, there may be Pink Floyd, there may be The Who, and other groups, but the Rolling Stones should be in that mix. They should. Then again, I think they should have won a Grammy last night, too, and they weren't even mentioned in the Grammys. What a pity that was. Okay, so anyhow, so let's move onward. Then we get February 20th, and February 20th and 22nd, and also the one down here on March 30th. Those are all going to be on the Candasso 77 channel. The ones on the 20th and 22nd are going to be at 4 p.m. and the one on the 30th will be at 5 p.m. But let's go in order here. On February 20th at 4 p.m. Eastern, it's going to be something called The Faces live at BBC. Not sure which show that will be of The Faces at the BBC. They performed there a couple of times, but The Faces did have a young guy named Ronnie Wood in the band at that time. So this is before he joined the Rolling Stones, and so you might be interested to see what he's doing, what he was doing then at that time. Then on the 22nd, we have something called the Rolling Stones Canciones Alternativas, also on the Candasso 77 channel. It's this one here, and it's going to be different versions of Rolling Stones songs or different songs that they did. So, you know, you probably hear some stuff. You may hear some stuff you never heard before, or you rarely get to hear. So that might be worth checking out. Then we move on to March 9th at 8 a.m. Eastern, which DJ Ruby E will stream something called David Bowie and Mick Jagger Dancing in the Streets 2024 Sound Mix. You may recall that that back in 1985, David Bowie and Mick Jagger recorded this song and did a video of it, which was presented at the Live Aid concert, which I was lucky enough to be at. I went to the one in Philadelphia on that day. That was quite a day. They were going to try to perform the song with Bowie in London and Mick in Philadelphia. They were going to try to do it live, but technically they found out that it was going to be impossible, so they just did a video of it. It's my understanding of how that went. Okay, so anyhow, let's move onward and forward. March 14th, 6 p.m. on the channel called Recuerdos Imborrables. It's going to be Satisfaction, the Rolling Stones. This will probably be the version that we all know and love of Satisfaction by the Stones, and a nice video of some nature to go along with it. So we'll have to see what that is, right? Okay, so anyhow, so that's all. Oh, no, never mind. Wait a minute. I didn't mention the March 30th thing coming up. Let's go back to that. March 30th, and we are back at the Candasso 77 channel. For the Rolling Stones in Paris, live in 1976. That's going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on that day. They did several shows in Paris, so at that time. So, you know, which will it be? I put more information on the Facebook Streaming Stones site. I'd have to scroll down to try to find it. It'd be a little rough right now, but you can actually, if you want, you can go to the setlist.fm and look up the Rolling Stones in Paris in 1976, and it will lead you to the shows that they did there and the set list for those shows. So those interested can go ahead and do that, or just take a chance and check out what this is. I think it'll likely be a video. Candasso tends to show videos. That channel, they don't really just have one picture or a couple of pictures and the audio. It tends to be videos. So you'll get this. Likely you'll get to see videos. It's the venue they performed. That was the Pavillon de Paris in Paris, France. So that's all the information on that I have. And so that's what's coming up. Please like and subscribe to this channel. And if you're on Facebook, go check out the Streaming Stones there, because frequently I put things there that I don't have the time to put on videos. Sometimes it's just something comes up at a moment's notice, and I find out about it, and 5 minutes later I have to do something else. So I just might put it up. I might mention it on the Streaming Stones on Facebook, and I may not get to mention it here. So you want to be up to date on everything, that's the best place to go. Here I try my best. All right? Okay, be well. And see you next time. Bye.